Article: St. James, the first martyr among the apostles. Imagine being one of Jesus' closest friends, witnessing miracles like walking on water and the Transfiguration, only to become the first apostle hunted down and executed for your faith. That's the gripping story of St. James, the fiery fisherman turned fearless disciple whose brutal death sparked a wave of persecution and inspired millions for centuries. What drove this ordinary man to such extraordinary courage? Join me as we uncover his life, his martyrdom, and the hidden facts that make him a timeless symbol of unwavering belief. You won't believe how his legacy still echoes today. Let's start at the beginning. St. James, often called James the Greater, to distinguish him from another apostle named James, was born around 05 BC in Galilee, a region in ancient Israel buzzing with fishermen, farmers, and Roman occupation. He was the son of Zebedee, a prosperous fisherman on the Sea of Galilee, and brother to John, J. James wasn't always a saint. He started as a hot-tempered guy nicknamed Son of Thunder by Jesus himself, along with his brother, because of their fiery personalities. Picture this. In one Bible story, when a Samaritan village rejected Jesus, James and John wanted to call down fire from heaven to destroy it. Jesus had to calm them down, teaching them mercy instead of vengeance. But everything changed when Jesus called James and John while they were mending nets with their father. They dropped everything, boats, family business, security, to follow this radical teacher. James became part of Jesus' inner circle, one of the big three apostles alongside Peter and John. He was there for the jaw-dropping moments, the raising of Jairus' daughter from the dead, the Transfiguration where Jesus glowed with divine light on a mountain, and even the agony in the Garden of Gethsemane on the night before the crucifixion. These experiences forged James into a bold preacher, spreading the message of love, forgiveness, and the kingdom of God. After Jesus' resurrection and ascension, James hit the road as a missionary. Tradition holds that he traveled as far as Spain, preaching the gospel and converting locals, a fact supported by ancient legends and archaeological hints like early Christian symbols found in Galicia. But here's a lesser-known detail scholars love. According to the Golden Legend, James performed miracles like healing the sick and even resurrecting a hanged man during his journeys. These stories, while not in the Bible, highlight how his reputation grew, making him a target for enemies of the early church. The turning point came around 44 AD Jerusalem. King Herod Agrippa I, a ruthless ruler eager to please the Jewish leaders opposed to Christianity, launched a crackdown. As described in Acts 12 1-2, Herod arrested some believers and had James executed by the sword, a quick but brutal beheading, making him the first of the 12 apostles to die as a martyr. Why James first? Historians speculate it was his prominence and unyielding preaching that made him a threat. His death sent shockwaves through the fledgling Christian community, but it also inspired them. Peter's miraculous escape from prison followed soon after. What happened next is shrouded in mystery and fascination. Legend says James' disciples smuggled his body to Spain, where it's believed to be buried in Santiago de Compostela, the endpoint of the famous Camino de Santiago pilgrimage route. This path, walked by millions over centuries, is a hidden fact not often tied directly to his martyrdom. It's one of the world's oldest pilgrimage sites, with medieval knights and modern hikers tracing his steps for spiritual renewal. Archaeologists have found Roman-era graves there, lending credence to the tale, though debates rage about the relic's authenticity. Insider knowledge from biblical scholars. James' martyrdom fulfilled Jesus' prophecy in Mark 10:39, where he told James and John they'd drink the cup of suffering he faced. It's a poignant reminder of the cost of faith. His feast day, July 25th, is celebrated worldwide, especially in Spain, where he's the patron saint. Fireworks, festivals, and even bullfights honor him. But a forbidden fact? Early church writings hint that James' execution was part of a larger political plot involving Roman intrigue, details suppressed in official histories to protect the church's image. James' story isn't just ancient history. It resonates today. His transformation from impulsive fisherman to steadfast martyr inspires people facing persecution. Think of modern Christians in hostile regions drawing strength from his example. Symbols like the scallop shell appear in art, jewelry, and even hiking gear, keeping his memory alive. Conclusion: St. James, the first martyr among the apostles, teaches us that true faith often demands courage in the face of danger. From his thunderous beginnings to his sword-struck end, and the enduring legacy of pilgrimages and miracles, his life reminds us that one person's bold stand can ignite a movement that lasts millennia. As we reflect on his story, ask yourself, what would you sacrifice for what you believe? Thanks for joining this journey. May it inspire your own path of discovery.